The next topic is, we talked about a cruiser. We also talked about that during the budget season, also not approved to keep the override figure down. So what I'm asking for is that we do that cruiser with using ARPA funds. So a vote from you guys, which I'm sure is going to bring up questions. Now, we have 3 cruisers right now. We keep one as a spare. The one that we keep as a spare has 110,000 miles on it. We have the brand new 2022, which has 10,000 miles on it. And then we have the one that I drive, which is a 2018. That one has 32,000 miles on it. They'll bury me in that. There's no reason to replace that. However, we run these cars 16 hours a day, most days. So to try to run a car that much with an extra full-time person, especially if we're running 2 on some of the days, just the way the schedule works out, we are gonna rack the mileage and the maintenance up on that 2022 to a point where I would be coming here, like I explained during budget season, a year and a half from now asking for 2 cars. These cars are not cheap, and they are our lifeblood. I mean, we don't do anything without these cruisers. They're our mobile offices. They're how we respond to everything. So the need for them is great. And tax base wise, I mean, again, we're asking for more and more and more each year. At some point in time, I would imagine people are going to get tired of the ask. This is a way of not burdening that tax base by using these ARPA funds, which at this point in time, why not? Use them for something that's needed that we don't have to burden a tax base for in a couple of years. So it's kind of like, you know, if I ask for one now, using money that doesn't come out of the tax base versus even a year from now asking for one that's coming out of the tax base.
What's the lead time on cruisers these days?
I don't know what it's going to be, quite honestly. It could be as little as a few months. It could be as much as 8 months. I don't know. It all depends on how many orders they have.
It's not as backed up as it was.
I don't believe so.
This is a fully marked up and...
Yeah, so this would be a complete build. So
Price tag is what?
82 on a complete build.
Yeah.
They're 40 to 45 after that because all the equipment can be changed over. So a new build requires the computers, requires the radios. The radios in our cars are $14,000 with the repeaters. The computers that we use are $7,500. You know, radars, light bars, there's another $5,000. It's very expensive, that portion of it. But once you have it, it just swaps over to the new car.
So right now, if you've got a new cruiser, the price you're giving us, is that fully completed or?
Fully completed, ready to patrol.
The price of the cruiser isn't what we're saying, it's with all this equipment, right?
Yes, it's with the upfitting and all the equipment.
It's not an electric vehicle, right?
No.
I'm not
I
sure.
get your point about, you know, it's
a big price tag, but I'm looking at it.
I mean, the finance committee did not want to buy the cruiser, correct?
Yes, they wanted to keep they wanted to keep the price tag of that override down by getting rid of my other officer and getting rid of my cruiser.
It was on the Capital Improvement Planning Committee's list of recommendations, and it was a priority, but yeah, we just couldn't fund it.
So this is a way of funding.
It was on
a
capital,
priority.
or it is on capital.
Okay.
As an additional or a replacement cruiser?
As an additional.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, when I was discussing in my budget proposal is that like the extra car was needed with the extra, no more than extra room is needed. You know, I had to buy another locker with the addition of Andrew, right? So, I mean, extra things are needed for extra people. When the department's growing, the department has to grow.
It's kind of what's behind by wanting to look at things because it
Yeah.
isn't just bringing a person on. There's a lot more to it.
Correct.
I mean, if you guys are supportive of it, then we can go ahead and move it. I just, it's a lot of money out of ARPA.
It is.
This comes down to whether this can wait or whether it's needed right away. And you said it could wait a little bit for us to think about it and get our costs together if we want.
Again, if you want to think about this and check into things for the next 2-3 months, whatever it is, whatever you feel is a proper amount of time, that's fine with me. It's just, I guess, if it's not something we're going to decide tonight, I'm okay with that. But if you just kind of maybe keep it as up there on the list, if there's other requests for that money, that this would be something of importance.
You know, a little concerned about that.
Why don't we make a decision at our next meeting? A definite decision at our next meeting.
I'd
Give us
support
time
that.
to think about it and
And-
check on insurance, check
Insurance.
on,
There's also this other modification,